Hi. Can you believe it's Thursday already? These bank holidays always mess things up, So mess the week up. You don't know what date it is, do you? Well, that's it anyway. I thought it was only Wednesday. It was Thursday, isn't it? Not to worry. Friday tomorrow, isn't it? So a lot of people will have the weekend off as well. I'm doing it. Nice to see a few people joining already. It's just 9 o'clock now, and I did a video earlier about relapse, and I didn't realise until I relapsed how bad it was and how dangerous it can be. It's not a good thing at all. Relapse, it becomes part and parcel of recovery. Sometimes we keep relapsing. I did lots of times, but I didn't realise it was so dangerous. When I think about what happened to me a few times, I think I relapsed about 4 times. The last one was the worst, but I didn't realise it was such a shock to the body. Because all you do is you think you're going to get a little bit better, and then suddenly you're back into the throes of withdrawal again. Hi, Sub, how are you? Let's talk about relapse and how quick it sort of catches up with you, really, and how you go from this feeling all right to feeling terrible again without any real hangovers. It's like sober, having a drink, feeling the buzz, hangover, withdrawal. When you relapse, it's just going from sober to withdrawal. It seems to miss out all the other steps. There's a few more people on to discuss in detail, but it always caught me out, the relapse. And there's no doctor ever explained to me why it does this. Why we can't. Joe Walsh, relapse killed Amy Winehouse. I've just been doing a bit of research on it. Because it nearly killed me as well. Very, very quickly, really. But there are a number of theories about it. Hi, Lizzie, how are you doing? Nice to see you. I'm just talking about relapse here. How's you? Is it? I hope all good, yeah. Relapse is the worst word in the dictionary to alcoholic. Yeah, it is, man. But it certainly catches up very quick. You don't get this. Hi, Catherine, how are you? With relapse, the first thing I'm reading here is I don't know if anybody else has experienced it. Hello, Marita. Nice to see you. The reason it catches up with you quickly can be because of a lack of tolerance, loss of tolerance. Right. Paul Giles, good evening, everyone. Hello, Steve. How you doing? Welcome, Paul. Bertie Bass, how are you doing? Where have you been, Bertie? Been in the factory again? Hope you're okay. Been quite a busy week, actually. Although it's been a bank holiday. Busy week on here, anyway. So relapse. The first thing I'm reading here is loss of tolerance. So I don't know if that affects me. I was always tolerant to alcohol. They're saying loss of tolerance after weeks or months without alcohol, your body's tolerance drops. We know that. But mine was quite high all my life. And so drinking the same amount you used to can overwhelm your system, leading to alcohol poisoning or severe intoxication. So basically, if you hadn't had a drink for a while and you took 3 or 4 pints, it's like having 12, isn't it? According to this. Hi, OY. Get in touch with the about the one-to-ones. I'll talk you through. Have you seen a doctor? Magpie or not? So I was talking to a GP once who said that she knew somebody who'd been off 15 years. He went on holiday and had just a couple of drinks, and he ended up in intensive care with alcohol poisoning just with 2 drinks. So how can your body get so clean? It's like having a baby's liver again. It's bizarre. But it needs to be sorted out. The relapsing, people need to be aware of the severe dangers of it. It's not on the way it's not out there enough. I don't think the problems with alcohol. Everyone knows about sepsis you can get from needles and different drugs, but the alcohol as a drug is the worst, isn't it? Because it's so available and it's cheap. During the trial, day 3, I'm going to do my best. Good man. But day 3 is good. You're doing well. I couldn't manage 3 hours at one point. 3 minutes. I was always sipping up a can, Hi, Dan. How are you doing? Nice to see you. So, relapse. So, loss of tolerance. which means any drink you have will feel stronger than it used to, apparently. And binge drinking risk it mentions. I don't know if this has affected anybody else, but let me know if you have relapsed badly, because I did. Many people relapse pick up where they left off, drinking large quantities quickly. So maybe that's happened a couple of times where I went from 1 or 2 drinks, suddenly having 10. So I knew I could handle it. I thought I could handle it. See? Remember, any alcoholic has tried to stop will relapse many times before achieving sobriety. It's just part of the course. Nothing to be ashamed about. True? Yeah, I agree. Happened to me quite a few times. It's a feeling of feel a little bit better, isn't it? Feel a bit stronger, feel a bit more mentally fit. You can handle it, but you never can. So interaction with the health issues. Alcohol relapse can trigger seizures. I didn't know that. I don't have any knowledge of that. Especially in people with a history of withdrawal seizures. So I didn't know this until today, because I had withdrawal seizures a couple of times. And it's saying here, according to the medical people, that alcohol relapse can trigger seizures, especially in people with a history of withdrawal seizures, which is really weird, isn't it? Richard, how you doing? I just left a comment on your most recent blog. Interesting subject matter, relapse. Yeah, we're talking about that now, actually, Richard. I'm just going through a few things I've found out about the relapse can actually cause seizures. It's bizarre, isn't it? Not coming off it, but going back on it. Sam, a YouTuber I've watched for years, recently died due to alcoholism at 34, and it's got me down for days. Oh, it's been a major wake-up call for me, right? Very young, isn't it? Hi, Scooter, how are you doing? Bet you've asked my head swells up once I've relapsed. Horrendous relapse, isn't it? So that's a couple of things. So we've got loss of tolerance. I had a stroke before I got sober. Jesus, that's terrible, Dan, isn't it? So I was always aware until today that seizures will happen when you withdraw. But it says here that you can have seizures with a relapse by going back on it, which is very odd, isn't it? First 4 days sober, and then you relapsed. Yeah, it's not good, is it? It takes us back to right back at the start, really, isn't it? So we've got loss of tolerance, which can cause severe intoxication. Binge drinking, maybe that. I think that's happened to me a couple of times where I went back on it and I thought, well, I could handle it again, but large quantities. The interaction with the health issues, it raises risk of accidents, falls, and risky behaviours because you drink again after being sober. But okay, so hope you're okay, Captain. Hi Sam, how are you? Nice to see you. Just talking about the risk of relapse and how it can affect your mental state and your physical state. But the loss of tolerance is interesting because your body has been sort of detoxified in a way, and then you can get this severe intoxication and alcohol poisoning, which can happen to quite a few people, which is not good, is it? There's also the mental health changes. Relapse can often come with guilt, shame, or hopelessness, which can trigger suicidal thoughts. There's so many bad things happen with relapse. As I said, I didn't realise that relapse, going back on it, could cause you seizures. Always thought it was coming off it, not back on it. It's bizarre, isn't it? Scooter, I relapsed many times. Yeah, as did I. Overdose risk with other substances. Alcohol mixed with sedatives, opioids, or medication is far more dangerous after a period of sobriety. So when you've been sober for a while, any amount of alcohol is going to cause you issues immediately. So something to bear in mind. I know people say it's part and parcel of the getting sober, Karen, but it's still very bad for your system. Lower tolerance makes respiratory depression and death more likely. Jesus, so many bad things about alcohol, isn't it? Sudden cardiac or organ stress, heavy drinking after abstinence. This is another one I didn't know about. We're all very lucky being here, aren't we? Still alive. Heavy drinking after abstinence can cause arrhythmias, holiday heart syndrome, strokes, or liver failure. Jesus. No wonder they tell you not to relapse. Keep getting the feeling pressure in my head. And hello, Stephen. Hiya, how are you doing? Right, please, can you subscribe, share, and like it? Steve's channel to reach people. Thanks. Cheers for that. So it's a terrible, terrible thing, isn't it? This carry on with the relapse. And we've all done it. That's the thing. Alexander, how are you doing? If you benefit from these lives, then please feel free to drop a super chat in, or there's a coffee link at the top there, which is pinned. My coffee link. Carlos, how are you doing? Nice to see you. Fear of relapse, yeah. So it's a deadly thing, this relapse. So we've got to be very careful. And as I said the other night, we've got to try and focus on the good things about being sober, and the negatives of getting back on it. Because every time you go back on it, it's going to get worse. And that's why you can't really have too many of these relapses. And you've got to get your head around things before it's too late. That's the problem, isn't it? Bertie Bassett was just a drink or drugs. Nice story. Hello all. Hope you had a good day, Derek. Electrolina, hello. Rains Banyan, hello, Alex. Nice to see everybody on so early. 41 people here already. So let me know about the relapse thing. I was amazed at some of these things that the loss of tolerance will actually take you back to, maybe having severe alcohol poisoning. It's horrendous, isn't it? There's got bladder infection after 4 days sober and blood in urine. I think when sober wasn't drinking enough water, female, was not good, isn't it? Good tonight. It's horrendous, isn't it? The whole thing. Don't take drugs, mate. It's fair enough. Yeah, it's easy to say that, isn't it? But we're all susceptible to drinking drugs, aren't we? Cars, Bertie's back. Yeah, which is good. Are you back in the booze, Bertie, or not? I hope we're all keeping well as we can be. What's going on in the world and whatnot. So yeah, you can actually have a seizure if you go back on the drink. That's incredible, isn't it? What can happen to you? So we've got to get this mindset of I've got a new life, different world. Maybe you've got different interests in life now, and stick to what does you good. Look after yourself and look after your health as well. And don't get too stressed. Like Steve, give so much time to your YouTube going, giving good advice. Sometimes experience beats being in medic. I think so. Sometimes, yeah. I mean, unless the doctor's been an alcoholic, then they don't know how you feel really, or how any of us feel. So, how many relapses do you think you had in total? I think 5. The longest one was after 8 years, which nearly killed me. Electronic, when is it considered relapse? I've gone months prior, but it's just like I never missed a day. Relapse is when you've been off and you got sober for a reasonable period of time. Anything from a month upwards, I would imagine. There's not really a time specified. Hops, sobriety gives you your life back, 100%, and more really. But weeks on weeks off that my drink pump. Weeks on weeks off. That's more relapse again. You've got to look after yourself and keep off it. Have you got one of those YouTube Glass Awards for YouTube? No, I haven't actually. I don't know how many subscribers you need for that, but I think it's quite a lot. Stoic, Bertie Bass's good man. I was an alcohol and cocaine addict for 18 years. After relapse, I'd have huge pressure in my skull. Jeez. Agonizing, felt like brain was swelling, my head was spinning. What caused that? The cocaine and the alcohol mixed, maybe. It's all bad, isn't it? I mean, there's nothing coming out good nobody sells alcohol while they've actually been through what we've been through, because it just causes so many bad problems and bad issues in life. Really, it's not good. So yeah, we've got all those things. So keep off is basically a message, I've got quite a lot of it all. You see, this is the thing is why relapse is deadlier than most people think. It can have massive issues, and this killing effect makes it worse. It was a bit like being hit by a train when I went back on it, because we stupidly think that because we've been well, Macca, thanks, Macca. Macca just bought 3 coffees. That's a fantastic support of the channel. Cheers, Macca. Appreciate that so much. If anybody else wants to buy a coffee, then please do, or hit the super chat. But that's really good. Cheers, Macca. I'll speak to you on WhatsApp later. Thanks so much. My head feels like it's fizzy. It could be, all alcohol related. Kaz, I need to ask a question if I may. Had a night off last night, personal choice. Okay, what's the question? Had a night off last night. It's good that you had a night off. Fair enough. Teddy Mac, in the adverts you look Italian and you're drinking with a hot woman on a balcony, and in reality your head's blown up. Yeah, it's all like that, isn't it? It's all about glamorized. It's as simple as that. How much music society to blame? makes us believe drinking the poison is okay. It does. It's expected of you to drink, isn't it? In the UK, certainly. Well, even in Europe, but they don't seem to have this craving, desire to drink really heavily at weekends and then go mad. Richard, I've had more money for chocolate treats and seriously cutting back. Of course you will. John the Troll, Steve, I think it's a family DNA that my ancestors drank and all their contributing factors. I think it's more learned behaviour really than DNA. Mark, I just bought coffees for you. You're quite much appreciated. Thanks, Mark. I just mentioned that. Yeah, Mark has bought some coffees, which is really support the channel. Anybody else wants to do that, please do so. The link's at the top, or you can drop a super chat in if you wish. Blood pressure. Bertie said, yeah, it can raise your blood pressure very rapidly, alcohol. All my family are alcoholics. Strange, that is that not a learned behaviour, though? If your parents are drinking, maybe you'll follow suit, you know? No, I agree, Johnny the Troll, all my family are alcoholics. It's bizarre, that, isn't it? I've heard that before, man. There can be a group of people, aunts, uncles, cousins. Tell me, Richard, be careful with the chocolate. Electrolyte, I've drank a lot less the last few days, and my God, the performance at work was just so much better. Of course it will be. You'll be outstanding if you get off the booze. Most people who keep off the booze do quite well, or do very well in careers, because they're more sharper for a start, and they're more into it, they're more desire to do well and make more money and invest and all this sort of thing. You know, there's a massive bonus to sobriety, with all sorts of reasons. You know, from just your health is the main one, isn't it? And looking after yourself and this sort of thing. It's fantastic. So, Mara, I relapsed after 9 years. A week before I relapsed, I was living a contented lifestyle, and alcohol was the furthest thing on my mind. Just living a normal life. I had cracked alcoholism. I thought, yeah, that was me. I did 8 years, you see. And you think you can just have one and no chance. Depends what goes in your life. You've got to be very careful, though. So, Sandra Casket, I experienced audio hallucinations during opioid withdrawal, which is very rare. It was terrifying. I bet it was. I've never had the DTs, but I've heard a couple of people mention here they've had them. Mark, 2 grandfathers were alcoholics. Yeah, it does seem to run a little bit like that in the families, with some families, but didn't in mine. Claim I've relapsed on Cadbury's fruit and nuts. That's fair enough. Don't do any harm then. Put a bit of weight on you, but it's not going to kill you. You're not going to be mindful for everything. I'm going to be mindful of what goes on in our life. But when you get off the booze, certainly look after your diet. Do a bit of exercise, that sort of thing. First, I don't think it's a learned behaviour. I think lifestyle predetermines what you do. Yeah, possibly. There's probably a mix of things, isn't it? There's not just one thing. I mean, there's a few people commented on a few videos today about alcoholism. It's all self-inflicted. There's arguments to and against, for and against that, isn't it? Is it self-inflicted or not? I don't think it is. Colin Walks, how many years sober now? 6 for me now. I did 8 years once. Russian cup of alcohol is a great medicine for 12 hours, but ultimately wins the war. Of course it does. You suppose try living in Belgium. You relapse every other day. Wonder about that. Is it cheaper? Calm walks, vodka and coke is tempting. Alcoholic traits, maybe. So, how are you doing, Rick? Nice to see you. Hope everything's okay. Says, straight, we crave all the bad foods when drunk, so don't see any difference. That's a good point. We do it to rubbish, don't we? Especially the next morning, you tend to be hungry for salt and sugar and all the bad things, really. To be honest, I've tried Belgian and Swiss chocolate. Hello, Rick from Leslie. Stoic. Start. Hi, Rick. Bertie Bassett, I'm a strong believer if you eat well while drinking and hydrate, it's less likely to become independent. Maybe. I'm not sure about that, though, because I was pretty fit when I became independent and eating pretty well. Xander. Hi, Rick, again. Xander, I've heard voices before. Last night was okay and relaxed, but there's a beeping start. Beeping started at 4 a.m. Definitely wasn't the smoke alarm. Sounded like a foghorn or something, like a radio being tuned in and out. Wonder what that was. I'll try to sweeter. So I start. Hello. Good to see you. Oh my, Samara, that's terrible after so long off. Yeah, it happened to me, Catherine, as well. I knew a guy had been 15 years off, went back on. Took me years to get off. Some don't get off at all. Husband just done Nottingham Carnival without the use of alcohol. That's good. See, it can be done. There's a lot of success stories on here, isn't there? There'll be more. It's just incredible. Because I heard all sorts during my last withdrawal, music and voices. One voice told me, "We've got you this time. Can't ever go back." No. I didn't hear any voices, but I used to be able to return to dreams, which is a funny thing. When I was getting sober, a few months after I'd been hospitalised, really. Steve, sorry if it offends, but did you lose your ex-wife from drink? Your current partner's married. No, I wasn't through drink. She didn't get on from day one. So, Bertie, you said you didn't eat or drink water. No, I didn't. Not in the end, really. Neil, how are you doing? Nice to see you. Russell Fogg, I've got an abscess, so I didn't sleep last night. Been put on antibiotics for having wisdom tooth removed. Wow. It gives me reason to keep off booze and get some clarity back. If you just keep off it, Russell, that's the key, isn't it? I know that must have been scary, guys, with all the noises and vision and this sort of thing. What triggered did a relapse, Submariner? I'd never date a drinker. Good point. No, I don't want to date a heavy drinker. Stoic, first true, but when you're not drinking, the body will crave the lack of sugars and saturated fats. Cars, Daniel, so music and noises is part of it too, really. Horrendous, isn't it? Thanks, Neil. I'm glad you're well. Bertie, Cars, don't worry, you will be fine. And it was just weird and very odd, not in my head either. Strange what goes on, isn't it? How it affects your brain and everything is bad, isn't it? But yet we still do it. In fact, I'll return to it a number of times. Like the Samaritan, 8-9 years off and went back. And alcohol had been not even featured in our heads, really. It's all bad, isn't it? Tell you about, they didn't have Tinder back in the day. You got hitched with the first filly you saw at the bar back then. Some people did, yeah. Kaz, hello, Bertie, Dan. Yes, can I heard a rave going on outside my apartment? I sleep in the village. Yeah, I think I might have had a touch that one. Some at a party in a flat I was in once. Good to see Bertie, yes. Xander, all the horrible shit will stop eventually. It will. Things settle down, Things will settle down. Rains by Neon. Alex says relapse is like getting back with a toxic ex. Definitely. So is that what happened to the promised update video you started downloading? First, how did you get sober 8 years before you relapsed again? I just got I got sober 2014. I got some diazepam from the doctor, and that I had it before that. I had it a couple of times, and that sort of tempered the withdrawal, really, if that makes sense. And it made a big difference. If you benefit from these lives, then please drop a super chat in. It don't have to be very much. Or buy me coffee, links at the top. It helps to support the channel and keeps it moving along. We can do these most days, and videos come out every day. There's a lot of work goes into this, so it's nice to have some support. Daniel, absolutely. Music was kind of like songs and bands I recognised, but the lyrics wouldn't make sense. Just felt like it was stuck on repeat. Hopefully you've been to the doctor. Yeah, you must mention all these things. Never hold back on information, which I did. If you drink 20 pints, tell them you drink 20 pints, because they can't diagnose you properly if you just tell lies. A lot of people tell lies on and causes issues in life. Paul Evans, good evening, Steve. Yeah, you're doing a brilliant service to people who are struggling. Thanks, Paul. So I left my lifetime collection of antique advertising and ceramics in a friend's basement. He sold it off for 50,000. Wow. It's not good, is it? What happens to us? Showing your age here, Dad, with I don't know what that is. Yes, rain's lit by neon, that's true. About the exit is true. Guys, thanks for the answers, guys. Started about 24 hours after the last drink. Not good, is it? I stayed away because I didn't feel welcome. Oh, don't start that again. Daft. How do you feel now about your sober journey, and what new small things do you look for every day, really? Just being alive, You like maybe a cup of coffee, a slice of toast, go for a walk. Simple things, really, that you always took for granted back in the day. You didn't enjoy anything. If you go through an active addiction, your whole day just spirals into needing the next drink, and then you can't focus anything because all you're trying to do is top up. Because you go from heavy drinker to heavy drinker, problem drinker, then you've lost the plot. Then when you start to have hair of the dog to try and feel well again, and then you start to be a top drinker, you're drinking all day. And from that moment on, you've got a problem when you. I think Samantha mentioned last night, when you need a drink rather than want one. That's when you've got problems. Guys, you're always welcome here, Bertie, 100%. So we'll start. Stoic is we're loading now. Give it 20 minutes. I've been answering comments. Apologies. In fact, wait until Steve's lives in. I won't be commenting much as I want to stay in here. Okay. Thanks for that endorsement, Sober Start. I hope you get sorted. Harps music. If alcohol same price increase as cigarettes, what will be done? I'm not sure about that. Price increase will make a lot of difference to alcohol, man. What do you think changed cigarettes? Why are less people smoking? You've got to wonder, haven't you? Yeah, all the important things lose their value, even money in relationships, 100%. Family and things. Because you're an addict, and all you're living for is that next drink to make you feel a little bit better. That's the issue. But you go longer hours out of drinking, reduce the amount you drink. That's a good idea, yeah. If you used to drink between 5 and 9, drink between 7 and 9. And cutting two things down then, the time and the amount. Yeah, Rick, hope it's helping. From Neil. Unwanted calories cost us. Mark, very bad when you sober up die. It's a bad job when you're drinking and not eating. Of course it is. Yeah, we'll get malnourished, don't you? First, thanks, Steve. Do you need a zero Guinness more than you want to? One. The department might be addicted to it. No, I'm addicted to it. She said to me, you're addicted to it. I like Guinness Zero. Yeah, if I don't get it, I'm like, oh, no. No, she said you're getting addicted to that. It's a bit of a joke. But yeah, I like a long drink. So I don't need it, no. I like it. I like a Guinness Zero now and again. Martin, I'm currently 2 weeks sober. Love the channel. Thanks, Martin. And keep strong. Keep at it. Tell you, I hate all these people who can clearly walk but ride around town on mobility scooters. Like, yeah, I know what you're saying. Yes, I'm lunatic. But you're always welcome here. Just don't pick on me next time you have a drink. If you want to drop a super chat in, please do and support the channel. Or you can buy a coffee. The coffee link's at the top there, pinned as always. The thing is that you're never going to be right with this unless you get your mind right. So all you people in here are like a family. It's so good. Steve, you have made it happen, mate. Thanks, Johnny. Appreciate that. I think it'll grow and grow with time. And as I said before, especially in the winter, people feel a bit lonely, a bit let down, and a bit depressed outside, and a bit wet, and maybe there's more job losses to come, all this sort of thing. That's not good. Mark, my mother was trying to force feed me at dinner in my 20s, couldn't eat at all. You don't feel like eating when you drink at all. That's why people die of being malnourished, don't they? That's another problem. All these different health issues you get. Incredible. But got to get vitamin deficiency. Of course, yeah, you get course coughs. That's a good point. And when you come off, you need vitamin B as well. There's so much to vitamin B now. I don't take that many vitamins because I eat quite well. You've got to learn to eat properly. But the Marmite and toast, yeah, Marmite's good. Anything's good. The main thing you've got to do is just stay clear of alcohol. That's 99% of it. The other 1%, the vitamins and that's fair enough. A bit of coffee to try and protect the liver, but the main thing is to just keep off the booze. Actually, this is new, is it? Only discovered this live channel 2 years sober here. Hiya, Ashley. It is quite new. About 6 weeks we've done this. I've done the channel for about 15 months, but this hasn't been long, so welcome here, Ashley. If you want to subscribe to the channel, please do. And there's a super chat facility and there's a coffee link and all sorts going on here. It's quite busy. Well, it's quite a dynamic crew here, so it's quite a fast thing, which is good. I'm told it's better than the AA, or different to the AA. Carl's getting best food ever, Marmite, so there's boiled eggs. Right, people underestimate the health consequences of drinking. 100%, Robert, yeah. We don't take it seriously. The doctor said you should cut down drinking. People say, oh, I'll just leave it. I'll do it next month. If they tell you there's something seriously wrong with you, you go and deal with it, don't you? But with alcohol, it'll be all right. We think we know more than the medics when it comes to alcohol, and just keep drinking. You've not been told to stop. Johnny, I will never leave this channel. I had a sparse night. I lasted 2 minutes. I was a champion at one point. Booze you lose. Very true. 64 in the chat, guys. Yeah, well done. That's amazing, isn't it? Vitamin B6, definitely good. Correct cards full of vitamins. Tell you, for some reason, I love a slice of toasted button Marmite. Everyone loves Marmite. They reckon some people do. I like it anyway. Xander, a good documentary on YouTube is called The Wet House. Oh, it's terrible, that, isn't it? Yeah. Well, terrible. It's distressing to watch it. Dan, vitamin B1, 100% you need that. Thiamine. Actually, I will support this. It's a fantastic idea. Good for you. Thanks, Ashley. Robert, especially when they're young. True. Everyone needs to be educated more about it. Neil, it's a bit like coming out of a coma. Right? Pretty hell. Keep up the sparring, Johnny the Troll. You have to start again. Harp, Sweden made drinking affordable, where we in the UK encourage this poison. I'll keep going about Wetherspoons, but it's cheap in there, isn't it? Can't beat Marmite. Russell Cooper. I used to think having a drink available on the coffee table was psychological because I knew it was available. It's rather true, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, at the height of my anxiety, I had slabs after slabs after slabs of staring in a cupboard. I thought it was going to run out. It would never run out. I could have started a boozer with it. I see, hi Catherine. Let's run in Marmite and Bovril, acquired taste. Certainly is, man. But it's into water. That's fair enough. Lots of water. If you want to drop a super chat in because the channel is live and it's doing quite well, then please do and support us. And if you also want to buy a coffee, the link's at the top. Johnny, thank you, Mark. I will 3 days. I'll get back. We can all do it. If I can do it, Samara can do it, and lots of others. Story can do it. There's a lot of us in here been really down. And Leslie had a liver transplant. 17 hours. 17 hours. Bad news, isn't it? And she's here, so that that says it all, doesn't it? Dublin Fortnite. Last winter, 3.5 months off the drink. I played American Truck Simulator every night for a few hours. Used to really look forward to it. But any good game can be a great treat and distraction. Of course, you can. Just keep off the booze. Distract yourself. Do something different. Find something that's more important than alcohol. That's what we got to do. But no water, no life. Good point. You need water, don't you? You can survive without food. You can't survive without water. So we'll start, Rick. Say, what do you consider a relapse? 1 beer if you're going 2+ bender. I think we need to start again, Rick, to be honest. If you've been off and you have 1 or 2 and then you just can't, you don't feel well the next day, you sort of think, wow, I don't feel 100%. But if you just had 1 and you didn't have any more, then maybe that's just a mistake. But if you carry on from that, then you're definitely in the doghouse, to be fair. So I would say alcoholics maybe have 1, but they won't have just 1. By Friday, they'll maybe have 2 or 3, and then a week after, they'll be drinking from the neck of a bottle because it catches up so quickly. And I don't know why, scientifically, but I know there's a lot of problems with it. I didn't know until tonight, actually, or today, that you can have a seizure when you go back on it, not just when you're withdrawing. Bizarre, isn't it? So half a teaspoon of Marmite and Bovril. Good idea. And if you really malnourished, those build-up drinks, protein shakes, aren't they? So it's like, yeah, that's how I say it, I think. Good man. Cheers, Rick. Teddy Mac. Reminds me of that line, does Dad like jam? No, but Marmite. Yeah. Harsh music, best day for me, Christmas Day. So sober all day, best day. It is, yeah, it's great, isn't it? Berry Puffle good, but Marmite packed with B vitamins. Well, I have to get some more Marmite. I did have some at one point. First, the new illness becomes the new norm, being ill. Yeah, we sort of put up with it, don't we? When we drink heavily, we think it being a constant hangover was all right. But it's not, is it? Dublin photograph art. I bought a PS5 and it worked for a while, but then back to normal and ended up getting banned of games through voice chat behaviour. Yeah, maybe because you're drinking. Get off the booze and everything will improve. It should do. Perhaps it's when you walk down the same path, but you don't know you're on it. Yeah, good point. Somebody's we've got a new monthly supporter. That's good. I'll just find out who that is and give them a mention. If we can do that. Thanks whoever's subscribed to that coffee support. It makes a big difference to support the channel. Thanks very much. Catherine, I watched a great American TV show called Milk a while back about an ex-alcoholic. Really? There's a lot of programs, isn't there? I've never seen them. The only one I've seen was that Lost in Las Vegas, the Nicolas Cage one. Anybody had vitamin B injections? No, no injections. Rick, any amount of alcohol after a spell of sobriety leads to full-on drinking. Yeah, I think you're right there, yeah. I mean, I would say if you had one by mistake, fair enough, but I think if you're having any more than that, Ashley's become a monthly supporter. Thanks very much, Ashley, for that. Of the channel, of the coffee channel. Cheers. Thanks for the coffees. If anyone wants to drop a super chat in, please do. And thanks for your support tonight. It's been brilliant. Thank you. Carl Steve, I was leaving Las Vegas on Wednesday. It's quite harrowing at the end, isn't it? Teddy, this chat went from relapse to death to Marmite. It's pretty damn quick. That's why it's good fun, yeah. Talk anything, but not too long on daft things like Marmite. But it helps people. Then fair enough, you know. It didn't take long after stopping. But to get back on it, the relapse thing, it's just incredibly quick to get in a mess again. Most welcome to you. Thanks, Ashley. Appreciate that. Catherine, that's true, cause so relapse, no chance. And as Gaza always said, and still says to this day, Paul Gascoigne, they spent about £3 million on trying to get himself well, rehab centres. Don't pick up the first drink. Simple as that. Don't put it to your lips, you know. General on the bar scene in the drama, the virtues. Oh, I'll have a look at that, yeah. There's a lot of different things around, aren't there? Different films, different documentaries. Tastes like creosote. Some can, yeah. Some think it's the same thing. Hope you're well, Cars. Yeast extract, very solid. Anything that will look at a lot of your health is good. Exercise certainly gathers pace quickly back to square one. Yeah, okay, relapse again. I've got a lot of questions coming as well. I'll talk about this. I'm not even going into that advertising thing. It's not really any difference. Alcoholics will just get booze from anywhere, you know. Why people use alcohol to cope with stress? And did I? No, I didn't use it to cope with stress, really. The only stress I had was my marriage at the time, but I think we use it initially to feel like a bit of a buzz until everyone else does it. We just follow on, don't we? Like sheep. He don't drink, I'll have a drink. And so it goes on. And some people get to the point where they think, oh, I can't leave the point, I'm going to have some more. Others can actually just pace themselves and be a little bit more, I don't know, a bit more discreet about it and just have a few. And I just don't know what happened to me. I'm just trying to send this back to the coffee thing. The main thing is to just try and focus on yourself. Try and focus on your health. And try and be a better person. That's the key to it all. You know what I'm saying? And if you cannot do that, and you can't look after anybody else, you've got to be number one. You've got to be a bit selfish with this in a way, you know. And you've got to be like, you've got to be really focused, really hard with yourself, and really determined to do this. I'm just reading the only more message. Sober start. I agree. I don't think I've ever actually gone long enough to actually say I've relapsed stuff. It's always been pretty constant. Yeah, it's fair enough. But leaving Las Vegas, I've seen that Nicolas Cage. Terrible, isn't it? The only thing I can relate to that massively is it went writing the check. I remember going to the Lloyd's Bottlers Bank in London once. Went trying to write a check and my hands were shaking so much I couldn't write it. Drinking a whole 75 milliliter bottle of gin in 40 minutes. Jesus. That is a big relapse, Clem. Marathon going for sobriety September the 1st. Brilliant. Well, that's Monday, isn't it? Why not? Good luck with that. I mean, it's good film, Bertie. Brad Pitt won an award, did he? Really? Do it now, why not? That's a good point, Alex. Why didn't you do it now? Bertie, yes, because the East, I think. Deborah Fleming Clem, who did that? Gin, I mean, a whole bottle of gin. At the end of the day, you know, we do some stupid things, don't we? And then, you know, we all regret them after we've done them. But at the time, it seems like normal. Deborah, somebody did that, because that's why I thought. That's what I thought. It was the floor there. Drinking film I think it's called Wild. The female actress, her mum was a drunk. Wow. There's Cage. Okay. Right. What else was the other one? Yeah, with this stress caused my problems. No, it didn't. No. It was just, as I said before, everyone's different. Everyone drinks for different reasons. I enjoyed it. It became a habit. Then it became an addiction. And then I was just lost the plot then. If fear has two meanings, forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. Yeah, I like that one. Stoic's got some fantastic phrases and words here. Why not? Oh, thanks so much for that. Just thank you, Stephen, and the brilliant donation to the channel there through Super Chat. Thanks very much, Why not? And I appreciate all your support over the last few weeks. It's been good, and everybody who supported the channel, everyone's been here and made comments. It's got a quite stable level now. I think it's going to grow even more. It could be a massive thing for all of us, you know. It could be really good. Thanks, Why not, on that one. Samara, sober starts. It's better to try and fail than never tried. You could be living a completely different lifestyle by Christmas if you put an effort in. But it's true. Yeah, you can. It can turn it around quick, you know. Thanks again, Why not? Appreciate that. Kaz, and I have to tell you this, Stephen. One of my friends does sober living. She watches your channel too. Oh, thanks very much for that. I appreciate that, Kaz. I'm watching this and Godfather at the same time. I haven't even seen that. I know it's good for him. Chris, actually 83 days sober and lapsed again for the last 3 days, drinking only Carling, but so pissed off with myself. You can get off Carling easy, Chris. And I knew I'd relapse when I started drinking again. Yeah, you can get off it again. It's hard, but you can do it, you know. Yeah, thanks for endorsing that. Stoic, if you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always gotten. Yeah, nothing will change unless you change it, if that makes sense. Because it's not going to change, is it? It can't. A great movie about female alcoholism. Wow. Yorkshire Evan, hello again. How are you doing? Don't know him too well, but know of him a man who's recently died of alcoholism. Wow, bloody hell. Neil, I got it, enjoyed that. Then it took over very quick, so I had to do something to stop. So I started, hi Rick again. I know, buddy, I'm trying. Put some more effort in. It's hard though, I reckon. It's not easy. It took me years. It took me to get hospitalised before I could actually give it up properly. Electronic tomorrow. Are you always just a tick away from being back to square one? I don't think I am. I'm not. I don't know about the sub. I don't think the sub or I would go back to it. We couldn't. We'd be dead. When you're told you're going to die, a possibility is very high you're going to die, and then you're told if you ever drink again, 6 months dead, your time you'll be dead, then it's a bit of a lie, isn't it? So wow, it wakes you up a bit, isn't it? More of a lie than a beer ever was. Johnny, Steve, can you please give my mate Knocker the best of health? He's not well, it means a lot. My number's in the description of the videos. If you want to get me, text me. I'll stick it in there. Just text rather than ring, but I don't think people ring. That's my number there. I've got another number, that's the main one I get onto. Baby, that's another good film with him. Story. So if you stick around, give everything you've got, your story will one day become someone else's survival guide. Good point. Yeah, I like that. Because these won't go away, these things, I don't think. I mean, even with AI, these will be real, you know. John Nolan, Wayne Dyer. When you change the way you look at things, the things you like will change. Good point. Yorkshire, life is hard. Nobody's a bad person. Good point. I agree. None of us set out to become alcoholics. So it's not. You will get off it. So, Rick. Betty, stop planting me, Stevie. I'm not planting. I'm busy. I said it's a good film. Actually, I'll put my postcode up at one point near Christmas. You can send me some licorice also. I don't like them round ones with the licorice in the middle. Or them ones that are like jelly. This is a good one here. I like this. How alcohol changes your personality. I went from being a very happy chappy to being a total pain in the arse. As in, miserable, selfish, just an all-round boring bastard, really. Which is what you see when you go to pubs at 9 o'clock in the morning. So it does change you into a really miserable sod. And you rarely see a happy drinker or happy drunk day. Very rarely. It's always negative. In the pub early, then it's just drinking from a pint, glass or a bottle or something. And they're just terrible. Never smile, do they? Just look at you, the way you. It's quite bizarre. I can't cope with the Wetherspoon crowd anymore. I've had to bar myself from the local one. As Yorkshire, none of us are bad people. We just made bad choices. Good point. The worst choice you can make is marrying the wrong person, or even worse than that, marrying the wrong person, having children with them. That's the worst mistake you can make. And I think that causes a lot of alcohol problems, relationships. Going for a cigarette back in 10. Must be a long cigarette, is it? It must be a big reefer thing. Right, we struggle into 30 days physically. We struggle less once psychologically afterwards, but that's infinitely more easy. Yeah, I agree. Lulu, love your channel. You're doing a great job. Thanks, Lulu, and thanks for donations during the week. Been checking on you, that sucks. Nice to see you, Beef. Where have you been? That's a bit intrusive, isn't it? Where have you been? Let's talk taxi. Steve, did your drinking get worse when you left the police? Yeah, massively. God, just had spare time, didn't it? No discipline, nothing. Got rid of the wife and everything was hunky-dory, went mad. That was a problem. Really bad. Let's talk, 100%. Yeah. So we start. There's no hope for you to admit. It's your choice. Don't give your addiction the choices. Be ruthless, just like it has been with you. Hate it. Think of what is taken from you. Bit. Yeah, it's a good point. Stoic makes. It'll take everything from you now. To all of us, this is a message to all of us. Or every comment is a message to all of us to take it all in if we can't read them as quickly. And I said, if you do benefit from these lives, I don't mind doing them every night, but please drop a super chat in or buy me a coffee link there if you want to support the channel. Because I think a lot of people are getting a lot from this, which is what I'm doing it for. And if we save one life, it's a bonus, isn't it? Keep everybody sober and get healthy again. We've got a good team of people. And God knows where that could go, if you understand what I mean. There's nothing wrong with Yorkshire people at all. Great crack. Just use the word "the" in the sentence. And finally, you're still 10 weeks sober. If you can avoid the booze after this relapse, of course. Marita, give a thumbs up. Will do. Cheers. Tomorrow you've got to live outside of your comfort zone. 100%. Which is hell, but well worth it in the end. Take a pat on the back in defeating something that will kill you. Of course. Yeah. That's a fantastic mission and become one of the exclusive minority in a way, really. And driver, get back to sobriety as soon as possible. It's only a small mistake. Of course it is. Any of the stuff you always start. Actually, Keys, you're doing well to keep up with this chat, Steve. Is this something you do every week evening? It's so hard to break free from the drink. It truly is a curse, but everyone's here to tell the story. I can keep up with the chat, yeah. I've started to do it every evening, but it's only just a few weeks in. I mean, I've missed a few nights when I've been with my partner, been away and that sort of thing, but generally I can do an hour or so, fit in. I think this time's about the best time, especially when the dark nights creep in, because people get lonely, you get a bit depressed, a bit down with dark nights and poor weather, and if people are alone, got to be talked to. It's a good place to come and to remind yourself how bad you'll be if you open that can of beer that's in the fridge, or open the bottle of wine that's on top of the fridge, or whatever. Because it's not a good thing to be turned to. Does anyone drink Rubios? I don't know what they are. Are they like a form of like a Haribo but on a drink? I've never heard of that. Only the stuffy. So hard to break free from the drink. But what about going 2 months then relapsing again, even though you've thought you had a changed person? I did that many times on lots of relapses. Because we think you can control it. It's not good, is it? So, if you want help with this, anybody, then if you go into the description of any of my videos, there's a link to one-to-one mentoring, and I've done pretty well with that. A lot of people have been off the drink, got them off, and kept off the drink. I keep reminding them, if you keep drinking, you're going to die. That's a major thing. Red tea. No, I've never tried that, Lena. So we're starting to need to go. Just want to say thank you to those know me from my channel, and to Steve especially. Thanks, Rick. It's hard work going live and creating content, as you know. It takes days. It's not easy. Thanks, mate. Cheers, superstar. See you around, and I'll have a look at your channel when I get a bit of 3 minutes. Thanks, guys. Good luck, Rick. Ashley Keys. Well, we'll certainly drop in now and again. Best of luck with everyone. Thanks very much, Ashley. Appreciate that. Robert, for this hour, this community and hope and contemplation about this. 100%. Yeah, there's a lot of positivity here. So I think it's great that you read out all the comments. Well done. Brings us together. Thanks for that. I hope I can speak properly. Speak fast anyway. Clem, thanks very much for that super chat. Fantastic donation. What are your worst and best memories from your time in the hospital? Thanks. Best memories were seeing the consultant who saved my life, and I still see her twice a year. The worst was when I was in hospital with massive ascites fluid. My daughter came in and said, I don't want you to die because I need you to walk me down the aisle. That was my worst, I think. Well, it was number worst, definitely, when you got kids who say that to you, I'm just fucking hell. Not good, is it? That's why I might try that and find it hard sometimes to go to sleep. Leslie Jolie, I have a photo of myself after my liver transplant, wired up, but God knows what. Yeah, I'll try and get a way of putting it on here. Leslie, I've got the photo. Could put it on. Maybe send it beef and chicken. If I've got your email, haven't I? Beef. Send a photograph. If you could load it up, I don't know how you're going to do it though. I'll look at that. Remind myself. Yeah, I understand, Leslie. You look at the photos when you're really ill, don't you? And you think, wow, how bad was I? That's what I do as well, mind. I sometimes think, think about when I was 9 stone, when my daughter was coming in saying I don't want you to die. Being told I may die. People in the ward dying around me. Who I got to know. I was in for nearly 2.5 years over. It was all over the COVID time as well, Really bad. Any of the stuff. Thanks, Steve. Rick, mate, hope you're all right. And pal, inbox me your story. Charlie Dack, how you doing, Charlie? Nice to see you. Another super chat there. Thanks very much, mate. Nice to see you back. The best name on here, that is Charlie Dack. Hard man of the, I don't know where he lives, but it's a fantastic name, Charlie Dack. It's a bit like James Bond, isn't it? I don't know where I got that from, but it is very similar. Catherine, just leave. Thanks, Charlie. Appreciate that. Catherine, just leave the tea bag in. No sugar, definitely will. A lot of good tips for nutrition here and drinks, Thank you, Charlie. Thank you, Charlie. Yeah, beef and chicken, extra marrow, both endorse that. Cheers. It could help with us to see it, Leslie. 100%. Yeah, I'll try and get one of the moderators to upload that because they know more about the technical side. I could put it. I'll put it. Tell you what I'll do. I'll put it on a YouTube post. If anybody wants to have a look at that, I'll put a post about Leslie's had a. If you want me to tell you this, a liver transplant, which took 17 hours and 2 teams of surgeons to do. What a thing! You know what I'm saying? To go through and to be here and talk to us is a miracle, isn't it? And I feel quite humbled by that, to be honest. Incredible. Sorry, last one, Steve. What are your thoughts on the carnivore diet? I don't know much about it. I presume carnivore diet is just meat, isn't it? But I haven't really done many diets. I was 9 stone a few years ago, so I had to build myself up a little bit. But I do go to the gym as much as I can and keep myself as fit as I can. Eat quite well. Eat quite a bit of fish actually, and salads and fruit and that sort of thing. Just keep myself generally healthy. I mean, everyone at the top end of medicine will just say eat a balanced diet. But the major thing, as I said earlier, get off the booze. Your body will fight for you if you get off the booze. Like I say, if you get to the point where you have a little relapse, have one, get off it. Don't carry on, because it's tempting now and again. Just have one, but that's what's going to kill you, because your body is clean now, and if you start messing around with it again, it's going to fight back. It goes into shock, and it'll be real bad news. It takes you down into a whole world of trouble with just one. So that, to me, the relapse is the worst thing. And as some man was saying, it's the worst word in the dictionary, isn't it? To an alcoholic, relapse is not good. We'll definitely get that on the photograph on, Lizzie. 100%. The famous one, road back to the shit show of his mind. Why do we do it? Nobody answer that. We all have different reasons, don't we? think we're cured, we think we're smart, we think we're Jack the Lad, we think, oh, we'll be all right. But all we're going back to is nonsense. Stoic, good night, everyone. I'm Cream Cracker. Thanks, Stoic, again for your wonderful words and your input. And always makes a difference. Everyone here is unique, but together we're a good team. I don't think I can identify anybody who isn't strong here. Not you've got to be strong, but I think people are honest and they're aware of how dangerous this is and how easy we can fall foul of it, but how well we can come back. Thanks, Lily. Good night, Stoic. All your fish from omega-3, yeah? The mackerel and stuff like that. I eat a lot of prawns and things. Anything that's going to keep you alive. Just anything that grows, isn't it? Anything that lives and grows. And all this nonsense that is on every high street now. You know what I'm talking about. The Chinese, the Indians, the pizzas. Too much of that. I mean, what the cheesy chips all about? I mean, I'm a little bit older than some of you here, but I know I don't look it. But there was no takeaways. There was one Chinese takeaway in my hometown. One. No, there's all sorts of things. There's burgers, there's pizza, there's Indian, Chinese, there's everything. And the temptation is for people, especially if they're busy, pop into this takeaway, get it. And now, even since COVID, everyone's getting these deliveries, aren't they? Food delivered to your door. McDonald's being delivered. What's all that about? You're paying like 12 quid for a burger. I've never done that. My partner just got the odd bit of chicken. It's even made a custom prawn emoji. That's something, right? I do like prawns. I don't know where all these little things come from. If I press any of these emoji things, right, it splits the screen in half and I can't keep up with the comments. I don't know how to get. When I touch something, I don't know how to get it back. So if I'm ever late on here, it's because I've pressed something wrong. Like I tried to share this. I don't know why. I didn't mean to. I just wonder what that button means, and it just went off. And I would redo it all again. And are you sure it's food that's being delivered to you? Hope so. Not beer. Can you imagine? I was drunk all the time. God, wouldn't last long, would it? Well, my relationship certainly wouldn't. My daughter wouldn't speak to me. I'd be back in hospital in 3 days and 3 weeks. But I was drinking, literally would grab any junk food. You do, yeah, anything at all. Because, I said it earlier, at the end of my drinking, I wasn't eating anything really. Just snacking a bit of cheese and a bit of black pudding and maybe a tiny bit of pizza. I used to get them pizzas from. I felt the last Christmas before I was really ill, the December before the October, if that makes sense. I was eating those little, little sausages that Weatherspoons brought, like a Christmas snack thing. That's all I was living on. Terrible. But my heart's good, apparently, because I was very fit when I was younger. So if, people are thinking about giving up, give up sooner rather than later, because everything you do now will benefit you in later life. That's the way it goes, isn't it? So you're not gonna do yourself any harm by stopping drinking earlier. It's going to benefit you massively. That's the way forward. Isn't it? The way forward is to be sober. Even watching YouTube has been great as a distraction, but that's good. Anything to distract you from the booze, and it will get worse during the winter when it's darker, colder, wetter. It's been a good summer this year. Everywhere. I mean, even the northeast of England has been pretty good. And I've been away a few times as well. Central Europe's been very warm. It's going to be a hell of a long winter because the summer's been good. So, why didn't the prawn share his ice cream with Steve? Because he was a selfish person. Yeah, quite good then. Later on, I used to be part of a Facebook alcohol help group, and it was good for a while. But the non-drinkers turned against the drinkers. Please never let them happen. That. Far too laid back here. Laid back with a serious twist. That's what you need to be, because life's not all doom and gloom. When you're drinking, I had the impending doom. I don't have it now. Martin, I always went for a large doner kebab, salad, and a lot of chili sauce. That's not too bad for you, that really. The bread's all right. The salad's all right. And if you get maybe a chicken rather than doner, it's fine. But the hottest summer on record this year. I think it's been a long summer. It's been really dry. So we're going to be suddenly hit with dark nights, cold nights, a lot of rain, and it's going to be a big, big hit to the system. Philip 69, hey brothers and sisters and Steve, my summer's been rough. Really sorry to hear about that. If you want to get off the booze, and or maybe we can help you, get onto the links on the description of the videos. Peter, sounds like you're UAA electrode, I don't know what that means. I did try AA twice, but I didn't take to the higher power thing. I think you need to be honest with people. I think there's a few funny stories I heard from people. I thought, what's all that about? It didn't look like being the bottom of the bottle to me. That's not any of the stuffy. The anxiety is my big block. It's horrible. Yeah, I think that was my problem. I got hit with anxiety before any physical stuff. Thanks, Lena. I'm still drinking because of mobility. I hope I'm still okay to be here and not feeling like, of course you're fine. Lots of people are drinking in here. I mean, Bert's back on and off, on and off, on and off, isn't he? You know, backwards and forwards. I was. Not now, but always. Just bought 0% instead of alcohol. Well, I'm tempted to buy alcohol, maybe doing something wrong. No, try the zero, Curtis. See how we get on with it, yeah? Fat pig, I'm trying, got to do it alone. It's hard to do it alone, mine. 69 degrees is hard. I went to a seafood disco pull a muscle. Help me out on that now and again. Fez, we're all sitting in the same boat, 100%. You know, some of us have drunk too much, some of us haven't drunk very much, and we're affected. I know people that have drunk a lot more than me are fine. It just hits different people in different ways, doesn't it? Oh, I never understood. I'm compassionate as alcoholics. We don't judge, recommend, or reject active drinkers. See, it's the principle of the I mean, it's fair enough, yeah. That's a good way of putting it, yeah. First, I think you should give a online listening podcast to understand why some of us still there. I'll have a look, yeah. Definitely. It's obviously moved on since I went there. It might be worth a look. Hope you benefit from these lives. If you do, then please think about dropping a super chat in or the coffee links at the top. Thanks to everyone who's donated and bought a coffee. It helps to support the channel. Thanks very much. Bertie said, my best mate. This is another question. What about binge drinking? Binge drinking as opposed to regular drinking. The hidden dangers of binge drinking. I think more with binge drinking is more accidents and things, isn't it? Getting arrested and getting hammered. Well, I was just a regular drinker. I never got in any trouble. I didn't cause any problems. I mean, I did black out a couple of times in Epping Forest. There was no third party, with a party involved. But I was a regular drinker. I had a big tons. But if you maybe sober a couple of times a week and you hit it really bad on a weekend, then you can just fall foul of all sorts of problems. Catherine says she's a binge drinker, you see. And what's been your main problem, Catherine, with that? Yes, don't let the ear because you feel like an idiot after you said, my name is Leslie, I'm an alcoholic. Tell your story and they say, thank you, Leslie. I know what you mean, yeah. It wasn't for me. It's not for everybody. I mean, this channel isn't for everybody, is it? Otherwise, we'd have thousands in here. Each their own, really. But it's maybe useful to find out who's a regular drinker, who's a binge drinker. I think the problems you're going to face are different. Because I was a steady drinker, then I did a bit of a binge when I was days off. I wasn't that much different, really. I think out of 30 years, the years sort of 15 and 45-ish, I had a couple of days off when I was in hospital. That was a bit. That was about it when I brought me up. Totally agree, Leslie. Yeah, I agree, Peter. Only binge, so can't touch it. Right, Curtis. That's probably the best way of looking at it. When I used to relapse, I used to have one or two, but soon after that, I used to feel so bad. I started drinking heavily again. I'm a binge drinker, could turn to dependence. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Most of my heavy drinking started when I didn't feel well. So it was a case of like, I've got to get rid of this withdrawal. Even when I was off the booze, it wasn't a great craving. I just went back on it because I thought, I'll just go back on it. It was just, I've always been very sort of laid back with life. Bit of a cavalier attitude to it. So I didn't take it seriously. That was my problem. Martin, binge drinking always led to one night stands with me. Some good, some not so great. Binge drinking's bad for you. It's all bad for you, isn't it? We make terrible mistakes when we drink. Terrible choices. But the modern day definition of binge drinking is 4 or 5 drinks in 2 hours. Really? Oh, I must have done that all my life then. I used to have 4 or 5 after the late turn, 40 minutes before the last underground train from Oxford Circus to Epping, And I was both a binge and a dependent. I think I was probably that really regular and heavy on my days off. Basically just drank too much. Catherine, I thought I'd feel brilliant not drinking so much, but I'm so tired all the time. It's unreal. That will steady down, I'll steady down. Samara, where does this anxiety come from? It's our childhood. Surely we're not born with it. I've always been a worrier, and I didn't. Yeah, it's funny that sub. You're the same as me. We both sort of forces people, aren't we? Tough jobs, and we both had that worrier. My mother used to call me Worry Willy, but I don't worry now. But I used to worry about everything. But I still now overthink everything massively, especially in relationships. Overthink why, what, how could it be? Took the car on the other day for MOT and think, gosh, it cost 1,200 quid, it cost £50, it passed. That sort of thing. Worried about stuff that doesn't matter. But I don't as much now because I've nearly died, if that makes sense. So every day is a bonus, but still overthink. Definitely should be right there. But he drink becomes ill for weeks, then recover for weeks. That's what I do. Yeah, on and off, and yeah, up and down, up and down. It's like a pendulum. You're swinging all the time. That's not good. When you don't know where you are, then do you? You're backwards and forwards, and you're completely messed up with it. You know what I mean? That's not good at all. When you're ill, and then you go back on it to maybe feel good again, all that sort of thing. There's a lot of questions on here, but I can't go through more. What age did we start drinking? Must be about 15, 16, wasn't it, really? I don't know why people quit drinking. I mean, why do you stop drinking? Why do you want to stop? Mainly health, isn't it, I would say. First, I just want to say I don't think anyone enjoyed admitting they have a drink problem. I don't overthink. I have my own tools for that. Well, that's good, then, yeah. It wasn't a problem for me admitting, I have to say, because I wanted help. And that's why I went to the doctors, like, I suppose my fault about 14, so I need some help. I need some medication. Because I didn't know we need medication. I tried to stop without any medication, and I had seizures. And then I was told then by the hospital guys and girls, you must get some help with this. Therefore, I got the diazepam. Jeanette, memory loss and loss of confidence. Went to isolate. Yeah, that was the same as me. I lost all my confidence. Became a bit of a recluse in some ways. It's terrible, isn't it? Thanks, Jeanette, and welcome to the channel. 69, hearing people's stories on here really helps me push myself forward. Well, that's good. Yeah. Little Life. Hi, Stephen. What's your favourite alcohol-free lager? Erdinger. I don't know if you've heard of that one. It's like a wheat beer lager type thing. It's nice. It's cold. But the other one is the dark beer is Guinness Zero. I didn't even know I needed help. That's another problem. Yeah, good point. First, sometimes we don't know we need help. We just sort of think we're okay in that rut. Birdie, I said binge drinking is harder to treat than dependence. Really? I didn't know that. Evening, Con, how are we doing? Don't know if you're late, you're here. That's good. Taz, I just knew I was alcoholic years ago, and me, I knew I was alcoholic in my 20s. But I thought it was quite normal for what I did in my life. Robert Tissamona, I had the anxiety in the womb. Don't know if we acquired it, just have it, but from kindergarten on it. I did have it from an early age, man. Leslie, I think we're worriers when we discover that alcohol stopped the anxiety. Yeah, I agree. Then we use it in all circumstances to help it, and then it turns around and bites 100%. Yeah, totally dependent very quickly because we're worrying. It gives us sort of temporary relief from this worry, doesn't it? That's the problem. You always knew as well. There you go. Yeah, we know from a young age, don't we? And it just got to be. I mean, I admit to myself, I had a drink problem. Even people at work, we used to drink a lot at work. I used to know a lot of heavy drinkers. There was a lot of heavy drinkers in all professions in the 80s and 90s, especially in London. There's a maybe dependent is better than saying addicted. Probably is, but it's still the same thing, isn't it? You gotta look after your health. That's what you got to do. And hopefully we'll get there with everybody and get everybody off the booze. That's what we're here for, isn't it? If you benefit from these or you get value from these lives, then please drop a super chat in. And the coffee links at the top there. A couple of people have already done that, which is brilliant to support the channel. Makes a big difference. There's something about binge drinking. Yeah, it's worse. Alexander, I just always thought the anxiety was a chemical reaction to too much booze. I did as well, but maybe it's something more deep than that, as a submariner said. Binge drinkers don't want to stop, just have breaks. Yeah, I couldn't even have a break. I was just regular drinking. And then a binge drinker, maybe when I was day off. An anxious child and bullied at school. I was as well, Kaz. Yeah, I was anxious at school. Fair's just going to say Leslie's correct. Yeah, I was like that. very quiet, really. I wanted to be involved in a lot of things, but I didn't push myself forward. Even when I was a young policeman, I was told, you're really talented at this job. You got to push yourself forward more. I still didn't, even though I got a bit of rank through the exams and being good at what I did, but I still didn't push myself forward as much as I should do. I still don't now. Just in your personality, isn't it? Believe it or not, I'm quite. Well, I wouldn't say this, but quite a quiet person. I'm not private. I'm not like a gobshite. Catherine was the same as school, yeah. That's how long after stopping the drink did you stop being anxious and closed off? Very quickly, I lost my anxiety. A few weeks, few months, maybe. Maybe a few months, 6 months. So I was just going to say, if there is disabled addicts, local leisure do a thing called escape pain. Really, I didn't know that. Thanks for that, Fred. So when I first started drinking alcohol, was like a magic elixir. Fixer. I became the person I wanted to be. Yeah, that was the same as me. You get this sort of huge boost in confidence. Well, I can live life now. I can be like one of the lads, in my case, or one of the girls in women's case. I saw a band at school. I thought I'm going to do that, and I did lots of things. Totally agree. Yeah, it's like something sort of overnight fix, isn't it? But starting drinking doesn't mean anxiety will disappear. Anxiety is probably there anyway. I agree. Yeah. Guys, I won't even say what those shits did to me. I never forget it. Yeah, I know I had problems with school as well. My dad was a local policeman. I was 6'3", thin as a match. But they picked on it anybody. The bullies, didn't they? Horrible. 69. I think we see every reactions and people and react accordingly. People think it's paranoia. I think we're just over alert. Possibly, yeah. We're all very similar, though. Everyone to do a one-to-one video call with is all very similar in personality. I can tell straight away. So they're just like us. I think when we all meet up, we'll think, God, they're just like us, have the same sort of chat. I attract the wrong type of people. Yeah, sometimes you do. If you give too much away, you sometimes get the wrong people, don't you? And people take advantage of you, That's when I heard a good story of a set of twins. Father was not alcoholic. One was a drinker, the other was not. Twin one drinks because her father drank. Twin two doesn't because her father drank. Yeah. I see what you mean, yeah. Some people say the good side, some people do the bad side, so it's split. I think they picked on me because I was different. Goth and rubbish parents. I didn't see a rubbish parent, but I understand what you're saying. I don't know why I got picked on, but I did. But a lot of kids get bullied, and it's one of them things that should be stopped immediately. And the teachers don't do enough, in my opinion, to be fair. There's anxiety from booze withdrawal, definitely. And there's real life anxiety, baseline anxiety. I drank because I couldn't manage my childhood adolescent anxiety. Well, that's interesting. I think I carried it forward, but when I joined the police, I became like Superman. Not over confident, but I just became became confident, not overconfident. Does that make sense? I wasn't arrogant. I just got back. I got what I should have had when I was 17, when I was 21. If that makes sense. But that led to more drinking because it was a bit of a culture. Every police station had a club, where there was subsidised booze, and it was madness. When I think back, what went on. But those were the days, and we're now into another chapter of life all of a sudden. And tomorrow's another day, and it's going to be the 1st September on Monday. So life's moving very quickly, and if you want to get the best years out of it, you've got to be sober, because you're not going to get many good days from drinking. It's got to be full off. Off the booze. There's no social drinking anymore. And that's where we all have this problem with this relapse, you see. Alice 20, when young, it's the nights out, when you're not even rough the next day and still buzzing, yeah. Then after, you're still chasing that experience, of course you are. 90% of failed relationships and bother was from drink. Yeah, of course it is. All the bad decisions you make are from drink. Teachers did fuck all, even when I showed evidence of burned jacket and shards of glass in my bag. No, the teachers don't care. I don't think they did. I mentioned it, nothing happened. Wrote yes and no of a generalised anxiety disorder. Electrolyte liner, I just grabbed a beer and put it straight back in the fridge. Went for a sparkling water instead. This time it's so helped me slowly. Good. That's good to hear. I mean, forget about Donald Trump's Nobel Peace Prize. Maybe I'll get it. Just a joke. What's all that about? What's going on in America? He's mad, that guy, isn't he? He doesn't drink wine, Trump. He's got so much energy, doesn't he, for his age? It's wild. So yeah, there's lots of benefits from being sober, but certainly not down to Donald Trump. Oh yeah, listen, the cost of it, I'll give on about the cost of it. Every day somebody texts into me and says, how much did it cost you? Fucking thousands, basically. A lot of money. It costs a lot of money drinking. And you miss opportunities, don't you? First Storm has more manners, doesn't he? He's all right. I don't know what it is. What? I tell you, our thing's going to be worse than anybody's. That fucking Farage. Oh, we should stop this immigration law and get on to some policy. All he talks about is small boats, small boats, small boats, small boats. I've sent him a couple of tweets, you know. Farage is a very wealthy man, the son of a merchant banker. He became a stockbroker himself. Totally off channel, isn't it? Off subject, as it were. Let me have another question. I'll go on domestic violence. That goes another crime, isn't it? A lot of crimes are alcohol driven, aren't they? 69. I would love to have joined some sort of comradeship, military police. Protect your fellow man. Respect to you, mate. Thanks, mate. Yeah, it was good. I was very nervous when I joined. I was suddenly sat in the classroom with people who were similar to me. I felt like part of a good group, you know. Barely on here. People who've got similar sort of thought process, you know. Because cost of alcohol was only a minor reason for me to quit. Guess it depends on the individual. Yeah. It's just when I look back how much I'll spend, you know. What I always said, despite the cause decades ago, what now? True. Trump's bill was bad with the booze he was. Liner, yeah. I don't like bully landlords who serve alcoholics and then assault them when it's not closed now. No, that's not good, is it? There's still quite a lot of people on there. If anyone wants to drop a super chat in to support the channel, please do. Or the coffee link's still at the top there. It's pinned at the top. It'd be nice to get some support and keep going with this because we're getting a fantastic group of people here. How to take the repair things with your family? Well, marriage was broken anyway. Things were okay with my family, really. In the end, because you know your family stay together, don't it? But there's no history of alcoholism in my family at all. Not even heavy drinking, really. So they say a leopard never changes spots. But certainly does when you go out drinking for good. Yeah, you become a different person. As I said before, you've got to. It's a big lifestyle change, isn't it? Your whole life will be different. The way you act, the way you see things, the way you portray yourself, and your whole world will be different when you stop boozing, because you don't. I don't know. I don't know if there's poison in you, because it's poison, isn't it? It affects all of your lifestyle and your mind and your body. It's just nasty thing, alcohol, and it's still not being pushed as a bad substance, really, is it? And millions of people die every year, and it's getting higher numbers of deaths in the UK. Even though they say that younger people aren't drinking as much, I think they are. Depends where they live, what their lifestyle is like, but. You know, it's more of a. I just saw actually. Don't know if I was going to mention this. Sainsbury's yesterday. They started to put those big boxes of, like hundreds of boxes of beer right at the doorway, and you go in already. Peroni, I noticed one. And back in the day, I would have tried about 10, put them in a lorry. But they started already on that. It's 1st September on Monday. Then this Christmas stuff will start, won't it? And people will be buying sort of 250 quid worth of groceries. Well, 220 of that is booze and 30 quid's bread and milk and whatever, and that's when they'll really take off again, and that's when people relapse as well in the winter and towards Christmas. I'm very careful with that time. Robert, I'm not a Trump fan as an American. Yes, it's true. His older brother died decades ago from alcoholism. Wow. Christmas stuff out now and home bargains. It's mad, isn't it? But the alcohol's starting to come out in the supermarkets as well. Piled high. It's incredible. So some people are trying to stop booze in front of shop, right? Okay, didn't know that. But it's definitely in Sainsbury's already. The one I went into yesterday, I popped in and thought, God, it's already started. And first people do is pick up a couple of boxes and put in the trolley. That's why it's clever marketing, isn't it? And then they'll not last at Christmas. They'll have a couple that night. But like if there's any like me and you or a few of us on here, we'll have 2 bottles in the first 2 days and back again. It's incredibly. It's peddled and pushed so much, isn't it, at Christmas? It's actually quite frightening how much people spend on booze, even though the economy's in such a mess. There'll be a lot of money spent on booze this year, especially because of a lot of people pissed off with the government, with the way the economy is, and they just drink more. We'll just drink more. Simple as that. We think of Finnish alcohol regulations had prohibition at one point. Unless I don't know much about that, to be honest. I didn't know it's had prohibition, but I know there's a lot of deaths in Scandinavia through it, and a lot of alcoholism because of the weather. But the dark nights, dark days, it's depressing, isn't it? I've heard that before, but I'm not sure about actual regulations. First, same with sugar stuff, cheap, easy food. It is, yeah. Because bring on the Halloween goodies, all the sweets. Be merry, merry Christmas says everything. It's very true, actually, that. But look how many people are in a mess after Christmas. So our government come out with statistics and figures, but nobody really knows how big an epidemic is. I agree. It's massive. Since I've been doing this for the last 15, 16 months now, the amount of people I've spoken to who've got relatives who are in a worse state than them is incredible. I don't think I've spoken to one family who doesn't know somebody or been related to somebody or has been associated with somebody who's had a drink problem, whether it's been drink driving or been arrested or been the victim of assault or the alcoholics. Thousands of people. And my sister went to Costco next to the Metro Centre today and they had all their Christmas decorations up. That's madness, isn't it? But I think everyone knows, yeah. About Trump, yeah, it's a bit of a strange one, isn't it? But he's a funny character. But I know his brother did die. Very like the TV chef, what's his name again? Gordon Ramsay. His brother was an alcoholic and drug addict. I don't know if he's still alive, but I know he doesn't dabble too much with alcohol. Because I hate Christmas. For the big day, it's a long week. It's horrible. Long week and a hangover. It is. I don't mind Christmas now because I'm sober, but it was horrible when I used to drink. First is yo-yo, get everyone fat, drink, then January get everyone thin, and April Easter eggs. And yeah, it is. Every occasion is a bit of a nightmare, really, isn't it? The yo-yo effect. But we're like slaves, really, aren't we? They put us in towns where everything's available. You work 10 hours a day, come home, have a drink, and go to the takeaway, come back again, go back to work. Then they put gyms in there, and try and get fit again. It's like a vicious cycle of life, isn't it? Right, that's it. I put my tray up. Mine's already up. I'll show you tomorrow night. So yeah, it's Christmas time, more drink, more problems, more domestic violence. The shops are all money making rackets, of course they are. It's worse. This country's worse than the rest of Europe at the moment. We've been at 5 different places this year in Europe, all been cheaper than here. Andy, hello. Andy, how are you doing? It's surprising that the warnings that have been put on tobacco products haven't been adopted on alcohol products. Would that make people think twice? I'm not sure, Andy, to be honest. I used to drink in Mayfair in central London. I wasn't wealthy, but I still found enough money for booze on credit cards and that, So I'm not sure about the whether it's the price or putting the sort of the health warnings on either. The health warnings may have worked on tobacco. I'm not sure why the tobacco's come down. It's not just due to the health warnings. It could be other factors as well, but I don't think it'll make a lot of difference. But it's a good point, Andy. Thanks for that. Hope you're well. And some kids think Christmas is Santa Claus' birthday. It's consumerism working at its best. Of course it is. Alice 1920 should stop. Alcohol advertisements, British culture needs to change. Any sort of good event is an excuse for a piss up. Well, yeah, I agree. It's everywhere, isn't it? Every event, even every royal occasion, just everywhere, isn't it? I mean, funerals. Where's the wake? People aren't interested in going to the cemetery. They're all interested in where the drink is after, aren't they? Funeral. Be at the Red Line. That's all I want to know. Will there be any food on? Is the booze cheap there? Another quick one before we go. UK people will tell you about the holidays and describe it on the price of a pint. I was speaking to the other day. He's been to Turkey for the first time. I've been a couple of times. He said, I said, what was it like? He said, €1, whatever it was, cheaper than here. And it's been to Spain, it's really cheap for booze. They didn't say they'd been on a safari trek or whatever they've done, or been up a mountain or got sunburned or whatever, they just say, oh, booze was cheap. That's how they describe the holiday to you. Plain marketing on tobacco brands is a pain in the arse. The shopkeepers take ages to find the right brand because only cigarettes are in the same price. Oh, so you mean, yeah. Money making since the revolution, of course. On Millennium Eve, I was the designated driver. Fuming worse than ever. I bet. Sponsor was a religious festival and people who celebrate are not Christian. I don't know about all that. Anyway, we've done about an hour and a half. I'm going to wrap it up if that's okay. Thanks for everybody who's donated. And thanks for being here. And if you want me to pop in tomorrow night, I will. I don't think I've got anything on tomorrow. So we'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. All being well. Have a good day. If any subjects you want covered, then text me on this number and I'll dig up some stuff. It was interesting what the stuff I dug out today about this relapse and how it can cause seizures even when you go back on it. Very bizarre, that, isn't it? You know, you have a seizure when you go back on the booze. Yeah, let's get on the Marmite. Everybody get some Marmite tomorrow, and we'll have a little Marmite feedback session. That'll be good, wouldn't it? Babies won't be coming back. We'll keep blacking me daft you want, baby. Kaz, great chat tonight. Thanks to everyone. I'm going to buy some more. Yeah, get Marmite in sub. Thank you, Steve. Thanks to everyone for sharing. It was good. Very good. Thanks to the moderators, especially Beef. We have a period of time of 10:30, my birthday, then 11:24, Thanksgiving, then Christmas, then New Year's. 60 days straight drinking. It's mad, isn't it? Have a good night, Leslie. Thanks, Steve. Thanks. Good night, everybody. Good night, Anne. Good night, Andy. Thanks for popping in again. 69. See you later. Good night, Mary Helen. I never saw that with the ones, you know. I'm glad I didn't actually. Really glad I didn't. Paul John, sleep well, mate. Thanks, Stephen All, and we'll see you tomorrow. As I say, that you get through with me if you want to text me or something, any subjects you want me to cover particularly, then Robert, good afternoon from America. 17 weeks of Christmas. Is that all? Jesus. I better leave the tree open. Good night, everybody, and good night, John Con. See you soon. Had a lot on tonight. It was good. It's getting better, isn't it? I mean, it's always been good, but it's getting really good. And Curtis, thanks for the consistent content. No problem at all. There's plenty to talk about. There's thousands of subjects we could cover with alcohol, isn't it? Thousands. Anyway, I'll better shoot off and I'll speak to you all soon. Take care. Good night.